Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth was originally on the Red Sox team in the MLB from when he started, but after the 1919 season, he asked the owner of the team, Henry Frizet, for a $20,000 raise, or $220,000, which is 11 times more than $20,000 in today's dollar terms. Frizet refused, and Babe Ruth threatened that he wouldn't play anymore until he got his raise. Frizet lost patience and eventually traded him to the New York Yankees on December 26, 1919. This would prove to be a huge blunder because rule changes in baseball allowed more than one ball to be used in the game, which made hitting the ball easier and gave Babe Ruth a huge advantage. He played his best year in the Yankees, like hitting a record 59 home runs in a single season in 1927. He also led the Yankees to their first ever league championship, where, in present-day times, the Yankees win 27 World Series championships. Also, this is a scandal because Babe Ruth, since it was easier to hit the ball and get home runs, Babe Ruth got more, and he set the record until Barry Bonds a couple years ago beat him. See.
I like being on the Red Sox. Hey, Babe Ruth, did you hear the new rule? We're allowed to make more than one ball in one game now, so there won't be any dead balls. I can hit more home runs that way. Thanks.
Ty Cobb was an amazing baseball player during his time. He played during a time when pitchers dominated the game and batting averages were low. He was an obvious exception, however, because he was a great batter. He eventually joined the Detroit Tigers on August 27, 1905. During his peak years from 1909 to 1919, he was so dominant that this time was referred as the era of the Cobbian game. He was a very intelligent player and relied a lot on strategy rather than pure batting power. However, an introduction to a livelier changed that. Once he retired and the season ended in 1928, he was considered the best all-around player who ever lived. He held 43 records during his time and still holds a record today, his batting average of .367. Although Cobb was legendary as a player, he had little to offer as a man. He was often angry, ready to argue, and a loner. He was bullied on and off the field and was particularly abusive to African Americans. Though he was widely admired, he wasn't loved, unlike the other great player of the time, Babe Ruth. Another man named Tris Speaker singled off of Senators pitcher Tom Zachary on May 17, 1925 to become the 5th member of the 3,000 hit club and the 2nd man to reach the historic mark while wearing a Cleveland uniform. Napoleon LaJoie was the first. He managed 1,137 games, finishing 670 to 520 before retiring as a manager. His retirement was forced by American League President Ban Johnson after a scandal involving gambling broke in 1926, in which Dutch Leonard claimed that Speaker and Ty Cobb fixed at least one Cleveland and Detroit game. Both Speaker and Cobb were forced to resign as managers. When Leonard refused to appear at the January 5, 1927 hearing to discuss his accusations, Landis cleared both Speaker and Cobb of any wrongdoing and reinstated both to the original teams, but each team let them know they were free agents consigned with...
You're just Speaker, aren't you? You're the player for the Cleveland Indians. Why do you need me?
Yeah, and the series against you guys, the Detroit Tigers, obviously, we were planning on fixing it so you guys win, and we can gamble on it and make some money.
Sounds like a good plan, but why are we doing this?
To make money.
Okay.
That's what it's all about.
Okay. That's doing business with you, Mr. Speaker. We both won our bets, and we made a lot of money, and we were both satisfied.
Yeah, we didn't even get caught, so everything turned out great.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the Tigers' 3rd place victory.
No, Mr. Cobb. Thank you.